everyone, my name is Maria and welcome to my channel. As you can tell from the title, I'm going to be talking about hating school. Now, this particular video is going to be targeted especially towards secondary school students, but I know this can affect anyone, even in college, university and beyond. So, when I was in school, specifically secondary school or high school, wherever you live, I hated it. I believe I started having problems in school or education from as early as the age of 9. Now, the problem was never really school within itself, education, but it's just maybe like personal conflicts that I had, like friendship issues and all that kind of stuff. And you could tell that I was battling a lot of things and I was trying to escape in the fact that I've been to multiple schools, more than I can count. I went to I could probably been to maybe over 7 different schools, always moving, switching schools. And I thought it was the institution that was the problem. That's why I moved so much, but it really wasn't. It was, I believe, again, issues that I had with people and also just internal conflicts that I thought I'd be able to resolve by running away. But guys, you can never run away from your problems. And this video, I wanted to make it because I just wanted people to know that it does get better. A lot of the things that I battled in school and I thought, oh, this is never gonna end, oh, my life is stuck this way. Guys, it does get better. Bear in mind, you're only in school for a couple of years and you've got the rest of your life ahead of you. Majority of people, maybe they're in school for maybe around average up to at least maybe 18 years old. But guys, you've got your whole life ahead of you. And this is not a video to bash school. Like, I believe education is important. If you've got access to it, it is a privilege. But it's just that I know a lot of people, they've battled a lot of things. It's not about school, but it's just about maybe you've been bullied. I assume a majority of people that may hate school would be due to stuff like that, being bullied, maybe not getting along with your teachers. Me personally, that wasn't the issue. Teachers, it was more so students. But the crazy thing is, looking back now, and I'm 21 years old, looking back, in the midst of me being in secondary school, I hated it. I thought, oh God, I don't have, well, what I thought in my head, I don't have, any friends. This is awful. I hate coming in. I have a problem with this person and that. But when I look back now with my more mature mind and everything, and I reflect, secondary was actually not as bad as I thought it was. It was heightened. When you're sometimes in the midst of a situation or a midst of a certain season in your life, it can be heightened and you think things are worse than they actually are. And it's crazy because this one school that I thought I hated and I literally ended up moving from, like I'd done with many other schools, moving so much, I now look back and I was like, it actually wasn't that bad, and I would actually go back and I actually miss it. And it's crazy because it may come across as if you're bipolar or something, but what you may hate now and think is awful now, one day you'll miss when you're an adult. You may dread going into school and, waking up and early and all those things, but one day when you're an adult and you have real life responsibilities, you realize that you're actually living life on easy mode. Now, how can I just want to give you guys examples quickly. Let's just diverge the conversation to explain and show you just how much I did resent school. I used to, and I know everyone has done this, but I did it multiple times. I used to pretend to be sick to not go into school. I used to, when I even was at school, I would try make up reasons to leave. Like, for example, when I was in sixth form, which is something I started sixth form a year late at 17. I was in sixth form from 17 to 19, but around there, the whole thing in 2020 happened, so it got cut off early anyway. In my case, my mum is sick, so legally you had to be in school, like you couldn't leave early, but because of my certain situation having to look after my mum, they gave me an exemption. But I hated school so much that which is not right, but I would also use it as an excuse, even if I didn't have to, even if there wasn't a family medical emergency, I would still use it as an excuse to leave. I'd be like, oh, I have to go look after my mum, knowing that my mum was maybe just fine on that particular day, but I just needed a reason to get out. I hated it. I would try one time I tried convincing one of my siblings to call in the school so I could leave early, but obviously he refused to do that. Like, I used to hate it so much. And if you want to know why I did hate school so much, I do mention it briefly in some of my, previous videos about problems with friendships, sometimes sitting alone. I wouldn't say I was ever bullied, that's, extreme, but there was one particular fallout that I had in one of these particular schools, and it really, with a boy, by the way, keep that in mind, and that really affected me till this day. Like, I know there's some people that really have been like bullied and beat up and abused, so I don't want to say that I was, because I feel like me saying that would almost like, using that word, I'll be taking it too lightly, and bullying is not a word that you should just throw around so much. But I did go through nonsense, is what I'll say. Mean girls, just people, snakes. It was just, there was just a lot of things, man. But I want you to know, it's gonna be okay. Just stick it through. I ended up actually dropping out of university in the end, which I wouldn't recommend. But if you're still in school and if you can, I will at least advise you, try stick it out, try push it through. Just a couple more years and you'll be free. And you know what? If you're being bullied now and going through nonsense now, just a couple more years and you'll never have to see these people again. The same people that I dreaded going to school with, seeing them because of the way they were acting towards me, I haven't seen them in years, and I probably never will have to see them again. I'm free. One day you can, you'll make new friends, you'll meet new people, you can, travel. Like, things will change, man, Don't worry about it. Just a little while longer and then you'll be free. A little while longer and then you won't have to see maybe certain people's faces again. But even with that, I pray that if there are certain individuals who are the reason that you don't like school, I pray one day you'll find it within you to forgive them. Because I believe often it's not school within itself, like I said, but maybe just the people, the environment, But things can get better. They can. Maybe if you moved like I did, if that's possible for you, I don't want to be unrealistic, maybe you would feel better. But I just know in my case, moving did not solve it. I was also just like, even if I moved and didn't have to be around certain people again, I guess because of even though I'm using this word wrongly, maybe like PTSD, like even when I did move schools, I was still affected by things that happened in previous schools. So it didn't allow me to flourish, But it's going to be okay, guys. Stick it through. If maybe you're also struggling with insecurity at school, maybe you're not popular, you feel like you're a loser, you're a loner. Guys, that's all vanity. Being popular in high school and all those things, trust me, all of that fades. A couple years from now, no one is going to remember the popular girls or the popular boys. It's all vanity. All these cliques and feeling like, oh, I wish I could belong. I wish this. Like, you're going to forget about that. When the real world comes and you enter into the workforce and all those things, you won't even have time to look back and think, oh, I wish this, I wish that, And just remember, you're still young, especially if you're within the age range that I mentioned earlier, like maybe 13 to 21, maybe 13 to 17, okay, around there. You're still young. Your life has just begun. Secondary school, high school, college, whatever, it's not the end all be all. You've got your whole world ahead of you, Don't get so caught up in this one season of your life, It's going to be okay, guys. Honestly. This video was almost like a little rant, a little ramble, but just know it's going to be okay. If there's literally, that's the only word of encouragement. Even if there's only one thing that you can take away from this video, because I understand I've been rambling so much, one thing that I will say, just know it's going to be okay. Everything will work out in the end. And maybe one day, I believe everything can work out for the good. Even the bullying that you've been through and anything horrific that would have happened, one day it can turn around for your good. Meaning one day maybe you'll be able to encourage others that have been bullied, to let them know it's going to be okay. You can be motivational. And guys, the greatest people with the most inspiring stories have been through the most. There's many people that have become successful in life, they've been exalted, but then if you look at their background, their history, they were bullied in school and they went through all kinds of things at home, but they overcame it and they became great in the end, and they were able to encourage others. And one day, you watching this who hate school, one day you'll be able to encourage others that hate school and let them know that they're going to get through it and everything will turn out to be exactly how it was meant to be. All things work together for the good. Okay? Yeah, that's all. Spin Maria. Goodbye.